A sharp English opening Anglo-Indian defense. King's Knight variation signals an aggressive start in 22nd Bangkok Chess Club Open 2025 Round 8, with Horvath taking on Ryjanova. On c4. Knight f6. This position is typical of English opening Anglo-Indian defense. King's Knight variation. Knight f3. On e6. On b3. On d5. Bishop b2. Bishop e7. On g3. King castled kingside. Bishop g2. On c5. On takes d5. Knight takes d5. On d4. On takes d4. King castled kingside. Knight c6. Knight takes d4. Bishop d7. Knight c3. Horvath's idea is to play knight takes d5. On takes d5. Bishop takes d5. Knight takes d4. Bishop takes d4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight takes c3 played by Ryjanova. Bishop takes c3. Rook c8. Rook c1. Bishop a3. Threatening bishop takes c1. Rook c2 played by Horvath. Queen e7. Knight b5. Horvath is preparing to play knight takes a3. On e5. Knight c4 and seize the initiative. Bishop c5 played by Ryjanova. Rook d2. Threatening rook takes d7. Knight b8 played by Ryjanova. Threatening bishop takes b5. Knight d4 played by Horvath. Threatening bishop takes b7. On e5 played by Ryjanova. Threatening pawn takes d4. Knight c2 played by Horvath. Bishop c6. It is novelty move. Queen a1. Horvath's idea is to play bishop takes e5. Bishop takes g2. King takes g2 and gain a significant edge. Bishop takes g2 played by Ryjanova. King takes g2. On f6. On e4. Rook fd8. Ryjanova is looking to play rook takes d2. Bishop takes d2. Bishop takes f2 and dominate the board. Rook fd1 played by Horvath. Rook takes d2. Rook takes d2. Knight d7. On b4. Threatening pawn takes c5. Bishop b6 played by Ryjanova. On a4. On a6. On a5. Threatening pawn takes b6. Bishop a7 played by Ryjanova. Queen a2 check. King h8. Threatening rook takes c3. Queen d5 played by Horvath. Horvath intends to play queen takes d7. Queen f8. Bishop b2 and seize the initiative. Knight f8 played by Ryjanova. Threatening rook takes c3. Rook d3 played by Horvath. On h6. On b5. Horvath intends to play on b6. Bishop takes b6. On takes b6 and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn takes b5 played by Ryjanova. Queen takes b5. Queen c5. Ryjanova is preparing to play. Queen takes f2 check. King h3. Queen f1 check. King g4. On h5 check. King h4. On g5 check. King takes h5. Queen h3 mate and sees the initiative. Queen takes c5 played by Horvath. Bishop takes c5. Knight b4. Bishop takes b4. Bishop takes b4. King g8. Rook d6. King f7. Rook b6. Threatening rook takes b7 check. Rook c7 played by Ryjanova. Bishop d6. Threatening bishop takes c7. Rook d7 played by Ryjanova. On f4. Threatening pawn takes e5. On takes f4 played by Ryjanova. On takes f4. Knight e6. King f2. Knight d8. On e5. On takes e5. On takes e5. King e6. King e3. King f5. Rook b5. On h5. Rook b1. Knight c6. Rook f1 check. King e6. King e4. Rook f7. Threatening rook takes f1. Rook g1 played by Horvath. Horvath wants to play. Rook g6 check. Rook f6. On takes f6. On takes f6. Bishop a3 and take decisive advantage. Rook f2 played by Ryjanova. Rook takes g7. Think carefully what is the best move for Ryjanova. Rook e2 check is the right idea because King f4. Knight takes a5. On h4. Knight c6. Rook g5. King d5 position is equal. Let's go to the main game. Rook takes g7. Knight takes a5 is a blunder. Played by Ryjanova. Rook e7 mate, a masterful performance by Horvath.